When you go and purchase seeds, whether online or at your local independent garden center or at a big box store, you're going to see a couple of labels on your seed packages. And we're going to go over those so we all understand what they are. First of all, I'm going to cover non-GMO. Genetically modified organism is what a GMO is. That is a term used when scientists alter the DNA structure of a seed to allow the seed to be sprayed with harmful chemicals, and then it will kill the weeds in the field and not injure or damage the plant that they are trying to harvest for livestock feed or for human consumption. You will never be able to purchase a genetically modified seed at your local garden center or online or anywhere like that, because genetically modified seeds are only specifically targeted for big ag farmers. Farmers go to a specific dealer and they purchase these seeds in large quantities and pay lots of money for them. And they also have to sign an agreement to the seed company that says basically they're not permitted to save, and they will not save any of the seeds that they are growing that are genetically modified. Otherwise, they can be sued by that seed manufacturer, because the seed manufacturer has deemed all of these and have copyrighted all of these seeds to where nobody can save them. And some contracts even require the farmer to resell the seed back to the seed company after the harvest is over. So we won't never be able to purchase seeds that are genetically modified from our garden center or online, because we're not signing contracts and it won't happen. So let's talk about so we see the non-GMO there is basically a safety label for many gardeners who are scared that they might get a genetically modified seed, when realistically they won't anyway. So let's talk about the three types of seeds that we will be able to purchase from online or at our local store. Let's talk about hybrid seeds first. Now, hybrid seeds are not genetically modified seeds. Hybrid seeds are the combination of two or more species of one variety that have been pollinated to get the traits of the parent plants to produce seeds that you would grow in your garden. For example, if you have a tomato plant that has great fruit production and a tomato plant that has very good drought tolerant, they would cross those two together to get seeds that you would purchase to grow in your garden that would be great fruit production as well as drought tolerant. Now this does happen in nature all the time. This is just more of a controlled environment for these specific seeds. So you'll see hybrid or F1 variety seeds under that label. Now, they could take two or three other type of tomato plants and incorporate into the pollination of the one and get a super tomato plant. Now, can you save those seeds that come from a hybrid plant? You can. It is not recommended because it is not a true seed of the parent plant. You can save those tomato seeds from the drought tolerant and heavy producing tomato plant, and you may plant 12 tomato plants from those seeds, and you may get 8 or 9 different varieties or different matches of tomatoes. So it's not recommended. It's the hybrid or F1s are really designed to plant once in your garden and rebuy the seeds the following year if you don't use them all. So let's talk about organic seeds, which is a seed you can save. Organic seeds are seeds that have been grown through a practice of organic gardening or organic farming that has been set up by the USDA. These farmers follow a strategic line of practices that enable them to have their seeds certified by the USDA. If a farmer was to use a synthetic fertilizer on that field, then those seeds would be deemed non-certified organic. They would just be seeds that wouldn't be organic. One of the benefits of using organic seeds, and what we're going to talk about momentarily, is the seeds are grown and climatized and are more strong because they're not being sprayed with chemicals to keep them alive or keep bugs off or or keep the roots strong. So organic can be saved, and certified organic means that they've been grown in a specific certain way deemed by the United States Department of Agriculture, and they are certified, and that's a good thing. So let's talk about another type of seed that you're going to see, heirloom. Now this is one that many gardeners love to grow. Heirloom is a seed, a characteristic of seeds that have been passed down from year after year, a tested time, that are very good seeds to grow in your garden. They are open pollinated, and you can save these seeds year after year with the understanding that if they're not cross pollinated, you will continually get the same identical plant year after year. The same traits, the same characteristics, the same color, and very much so the same flavor by saving heirlooms. Heirlooms have been passed down for hundreds of years in some instances. So whether you grow hybrid, organic, or heirloom, it's a personal preference based on the type of growing conditions and what you're looking for in that specific type of plant. Now, there is one other type of seed that you may see online and are starting to come into your local garden centers, and that is pelleted seeds. Pelleted seeds are seeds that have been coated with a clay or clay-like substance around very small seeds such as lettuce, celery, carrot seeds, and there's a couple of purposes for this coating. Some coating is organic and some coating is not organic. But the main purpose of a pelleted seed is to be more uniformed, to utilize in a planting device such as a self-planter that you can purchase and you plant long paths in your garden, as well as so they're more easily able to be picked up and planted, so you can space them better. And some of these pelleted seeds are also coated with a color of white or even a fluorescent color, so you can identify it in the ground. The downturn of pelleted seeds are that they are pre-primed, and what that means is the seed companies will take the seed and hydrate it with water to almost the point where it begins to bust out of its shell, out of the casing of the seed. Then they'll remove it from the water, dry it out, put the coating on it. So what this means is at the time of planting, they will absorb moisture much more rapidly and germinate much quicker. But because they've been pre-primed, these seeds are only viable for 1 year. You can't save these seeds for years ahead because they're pre-primed, because they're pelleted. Now, if just a regular carrot or lettuce or celery seed, you can get many years of longevity out of it if you continue to save in the proper atmosphere and environment. So those are some seeds that you'll see at your local garden center and online, and now we know what they all mean, and it really determines on what you're looking for and the characteristics that you are wanting to get out of your garden.